intro. Good morning, everybody. Um, this video is actually a little bit political, but not too much in the political spectrum. Um, I'm actually I kind of want to respond to the little temper tantrum that Anna Kasparian and Jen Cougar had on the Young Turks. But yesterday, I believe it was. About them having a hidden agenda and who they're voting for and who this, that, and the third. And I find it funny that they keep saying that they're progressives and they have no hidden agenda and this, that, and the third. But again, 2016, again, when it came down to supporting progressive ideas, they did not support progressive ideas when it counted. When the chips were down, they fell with them. Okay? They did not support a progressive candidate after Bernie Sanders lost the primaries. Let's put that out there. You want to say you're a progressive, but you don't support the progressive candidate. So let's keep it a buck, Anna. You want to sit there and catch an attitude, and you have a temper tantrum. And it's funny how you keep reverting to Tulsi Gabbard. It's funny how you keep talking about her. You have this hate relationship with her. Like, you literally can't stand her, but yet she's the only one who's as anti-war as Bernie Sanders. She's the only one who backed up your candidate in 2016 when nobody else wanted to. But for some reason, you have this thing with her. Okay, let's put that out there for you, Anna Kasparian. Like, nobody's telling you who to vote for. Nobody's telling you what to do at the end of the day. But you know what? At the end of the day, you're not talking about Elizabeth Warren having meetings with Hillary Clinton. That's very important. You're not talking about that. You sit there and say you're progressive, but you're not talking about what's important. You're not talking about that. You're not talking about the fact that Elizabeth Warren said if she were to win a primary in a general election, she will be taking dark money. She will be taking corporate money. She has said this on your show, but yet you refuse to talk about it. You refuse to talk about it. That's what's upsetting. That is what is upsetting to people like me, true progressives, who in 2016 backed up a progressive candidate when Bernie Sanders lost the nomination. That is what is upsetting to people like me. You sit there and say you're a progressive, but in 2016, when Jill Stein was talking about eliminating student debt, no, you guys didn't support her. In fact, Jen Cougar was like, that's even too far for the left for me. Are you serious? Are you serious? Now that Bernie Sanders is talking about it now, oh my God, it's the best plan in the world. You're not a true progressive. You sit there and say that you are, but you're not. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it. And it's about breaking down policy and breaking down legislation and breaking down this, that, and the third. I can agree with you. Most people don't do that. I'm learning how to do that at the end of the day. You've been in this game for how long? A very, very long time. I literally got into this game in 2016. So yes, you can break down policy more than I can. And I give that to you. But at the end of the day, to sit here and act like people are telling you who to vote for, trying to bully you, this, that, and the third, that's nonsense. That's nonsense. Because everybody knows your attitude, Anna. You're an alpha female, point blank, period. Everybody knows that. You are an alpha female. My sister's the alpha female. We can't tell you guys how to act. We can't do any of those things, and we shouldn't even want to. You should be able to think and feel and move how you want to. Nobody should tell you what to do at the end of the day. But to sit here and act like, oh my God, I'm a true progressive, this, that, and the third, but if Bernie Sanders doesn't win the nomination, I'm going to vote for Joe Biden because I don't want Donald Trump to win. No, that's not a progressive. That is not somebody who's fighting for progressive rights. Point blank, period. Because Joe Biden has absolutely nothing in common with Bernie Sanders. Nothing. So if you sit there and say, I'm a progressive, but if Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren both lose the nomination, and by the way, Elizabeth Warren is not a progressive because she said it herself, she's going to be taking dark money, corporate money, if she wins the primaries. If she goes into the general election with Donald Trump, she's going to take dark money. She's going to take corporate money. That defeats the whole purpose of even having the Wolf Pack, because the whole point of Wolf Pack is to take money out of politics. But if she's going to be taking corporate money and dark money, that defeats your whole purpose. That defeats the purpose of something that you were fighting for. That don't make no sense. And then you guys never question her on it. You guys don't talk about it, but you guys want to sit there and say you're progressive. How? How? In what way? In what way? In what way? Even when your reporter, Emma, whatever her name is, went up there and asked Elizabeth Warren about her taking money or whatever the case may be, she didn't even fight her on it. She asked her one time and it was like, okay. Like, that was it. She didn't fight her. Jen Cougar, when she said it to you on your show, you didn't fight her on it. You didn't say anything about it. It's funny because when Jill Stein was on your show promoting Medicare for all, tuition-free college, eliminating student debt, you guys did not support her, especially with eliminating student debt. Yet Anna says that is one of her biggest causes. But yet when Jill Stein was on your show saying, I'm eliminating student debt, and you guys, nope, can't do it. Sorry, I'm not for that. But now since Bernie Sanders, and it's actually the exact same plan. So, and like, again, I can admit breaking down policy, breaking down legislation, this, that, I understand. Everybody doesn't know how to do that. People really are just going in on what they see. They don't understand that you guys, yes, you guys do break down policy for people who don't understand so they can understand. And that is commendable. A lot of shows, they don't do that. But guess what? You guys aren't the only show that does that. You guys aren't. You got Secular Talk, you got the Humanist Report, you got other independent networks that actually do that. So don't sit here and act like you guys are the only ones who do that. You guys are not the only ones who break down policy. Let's be abundantly clear about that. And it's frustrating to me because you sit there and you act like you're a progressive, but you do not question Elizabeth Warren. It's funny. You guys sit there, especially you, Anna Experiment, you sit there day after day, you talk mierda, you talk shit about Tulsi Gabbard, but for some reason you don't question Elizabeth Warren on her shit. You don't. You don't. You have yet to talk about her taking dark money if she wins the primaries. You have yet to talk about her taking corporate money if she wins the primaries. And she said it on your show, but you guys don't talk about it. But I support her plans. They're not as progressive as Bernie's, but you know she has a lot of nice plans. You think she's actually going to fulfill those plans if she takes dark money and corporate money, but you guys don't talk about that. But you want to sit here and slander Tulsi Gabbard. Yes, I'm talking about Tulsi Gabbard because that's the only person you talk about. Because you know how people feel about Tulsi Gabbard. She's not the perfect candidate. And I actually back up Bernie. Same person you back up, I back up. I back up. But the difference between me and you is if at the end of the day, if Bernie doesn't win the nomination, I'm not backing up Joe Biden. I'm not backing up Elizabeth Warren. Especially knowing what I know now about what she is doing, having meetings with Hillary Clinton and not telling anybody what they're about. And we already know what it's about. That's the fucked up shit. That's the messed up thing. We already know what it's about. Like, let's keep it a buck. So no, nobody's telling you how you should vote, what you should do. Cenk needs to like freaking tell you how to act. No, and if they are saying that, they should not be, because no, if you're a true progressive, I agree with Cenk on this point. If you're a true progressive, no man should tell any woman how to act, what to say, how to conduct herself. You're your own person. You conduct yourself how you want to conduct yourself at the end of the day. And again, you are an alpha female. We know this. We see it every time we see the show. And again, I'm a member of the show. I subscribe to the show at the end of the day. And you sit there and say, if you don't want to subscribe, don't subscribe to the show. That's not going to get you viewers. That's actually not a progressive statement. That's really not. A progressive statement is, you know what, if you have an issue with why I support who I support, let's talk about it. Because at the end of the day, I don't have an issue with who you support. I support the exact same person you support. I support Bernie Sanders. I do. I supported him back in 2016. Actually, I supported two people. I supported Jill Stein and Bernie Sanders. Like, let's be honest. So frustrated. So frustrated. This is the end of the video. I hope you guys don't get too worked up about how I'm feeling. But anyway, like, share, subscribe. Deuces.